This procedure covers the general guidelines for through-hole component removal using a solder fountain system. There is basically only one style of through-hole component. Whether there are a few leads or many, or whether the component is large or small, the component removal principles using this method are the same. A caution about operator safety. This process uses molten solder and exposes the untrained operator to serious hazards. A thorough review of the equipment manual and comprehensive training are mandatory. Daily maintenance is essential. Consult the equipment manual for more information. A caution about component sensitivity. This method may subject the component to extreme temperatures. Evaluate the component's tolerance to heat prior to using this method. A caution about circuit board sensitivity. Circuit boards are made from a great variety of materials. When subjected to the high temperatures of the molten solder used in this method, they are susceptible to the following types of damage. 1. Layer delamination. 2. Copper delamination, separation of pads, barrels of inner layers. 3. Burns and solder mask chipping. And 4. Warp. Each circuit board must be treated individually and scrutinized carefully for its reaction to heat. If a series of circuit boards are to be reworked, the first several should be fully protected until a reliable procedure is established. The minimum skill level needed to complete this procedure reliably is expert. The conformance level reached when this procedure is completed properly is medium. See the web page for a list of the tools and materials required to complete this procedure. The procedures follow. Procedure: circuit board preparation. The area surrounding the component to be removed may need protection. If components or the circuit board surface are susceptible to damage or exposure to solder, they may be protected by using the following procedure. Step 1. Straighten any leads that may prevent the easy removal of the part. Step 2. Apply high-temperature tape to any flat surfaces surrounding the rework area to insulate the surface from extreme temperatures. Or apply high-temperature flexible mask to protect irregular surfaces. The mask may need baking to provide the proper cure prior to reflow. Step 3. Select an extractor tool and check the fit to be sure the component can be grabbed easily. Procedure: circuit board preheat. This procedure applies to circuit boards returned from the field or where they have been exposed to moisture for a period of time. Step 1. Bake for 4 hours at approximately 75 C prior to part removal. The circuit board should be preheated for 1 hour prior to removal of the part. If possible, perform the reflow immediately upon removal of the circuit board from the oven after completion of the baking cycle. If the circuit board must sit between the preheat and removal step, it may sit for the maximum of 1 night only in a dry atmosphere. Step 2. Top heat during removal is only used when working with the most difficult components. To apply top heat, a heat gun is positioned directly above the solder nozzle at a set distance above the circuit board surface. Top heat is applied for a set time prior to activating the solder fountain. Heat-sensitive chalk applied to the component will signal when the proper temperature has been achieved. Note: other component temperature indication techniques can be used. Procedure: removal process. Step 1. Turn on the solder fountain system and allow the solder to reach the proper operating temperature. Clean the machine as needed and test run the pump to be sure there is no buildup of contamination that may cause a drag on the pumping system. Step 2. Select the proper nozzle and install it into the solder fountain system. A nozzle that is too large will expose the circuit board surface to unnecessary heat. A nozzle that is too small may not reflow all the component leads. Step 3. Check the table or fixture height and solder wave height to be sure they are properly set for the circuit board to be worked on. Step 4. Apply flux to all the leads of the component to be removed. Apply the flux to both the top and bottom side solder fillets. Step 5. Place the circuit board over the nozzle. Check the position using the alignment light. Step 6. Activate the solder fountain. Once full solder reflow has been achieved, extract the component with the extractor tool. Operator skill and experience are required to prevent hole and pad damage caused by premature removal or from heat damage due to delayed removal. Step 7. Immediately drop the solder fountain to prevent overexposure. Step 8. Allow the circuit board to cool before handling an inspection. Step 9. Clean the area and inspect for signs of damage.